Board meeting of the Harlingen Consolidated Independent School District. This meeting has been posted in accordance with the Open Meetings Act. We do have a quorum. This time, will you please join me in a moment of silence? Thank you. We'll now have the Pledge of Allegiance, Mr. Shane Trubart.
Thank you, Mr. President, board members, Dr. Cavazos, administration, and audience. Tonight's pledge will be led by Elena Villanueva. Elena is a fifth grade student at Dishman Elementary and has been an active member of the Dishman Choir for 2 years. Elena is an honor roll student as well as Dishman's Student Council Vice President. When not involved in school activities, Elena has been in cheer and tumbling for the past 2 years. Elena's cheer team has earned numerous awards, placing first in Cheer America competition and third in a NCA competition as well. Cheer has kept Elena busy with her traveling to Dallas, San Antonio, and Robstown. Elena is an avid softball player as well, and she has played softball for over 7 years and plays both pitcher and first base. Elena states the best part of being a student at Dishman Elementary is that we always strive to be number one. You'll see a little more of that later on. Elena plans to attend Harlingen High School and then Duke University. She desires to be in the medical field to help children and the elderly that have cancer. Ladies and gentlemen, Elena Villanueva.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated.
Harry,
Now we have a significant and special occasion, awards and recognitions. Award of High School Diploma to military veteran, Mr. Roberto Ignacio Campos, Dr. Elisa Nayola, presenter.
Mr. McShann, Dr. Cavazos, board members, senior team, and audience. On September 16, 1940, the United States instituted the Selective Training and Service Act of 1940, which required all men between the ages of 21 and 45 to register for the draft. This was the first peacetime draft in the United States history. Those who were selected from the draft lottery were required to serve at least 1 year in the armed forces. Once the U.S. entered World War II, draft terms extended through the duration of the fighting. While the draft set 21 years of age as the minimum age required for registration, many men younger than 21 made the decision to enlist and serve their country. By the end of the war in 1945, 50 million men between 18 and 45 had registered for the draft, and 10 million had been inducted into the military. We have one of these veterans here with us this evening. 75 years ago, Harlingen Public Schools student Roberto Ignacio Campos decided to give up far more than the fun, friends, and dates his school days offered. He gave up the safety, security, and comforts of home, not to mention the chance to graduate and lead a civilian life. He felt the safety, security, and freedom of his fellow countrymen came first. Despite his public education being nearly complete, Mr. Campos willingly set aside his future graduation and enlisted in the U.S. Navy in 1942 at the young age of 16 years old to serve in World War II. He served his country proudly for 4 years and was honorably discharged in 1946. Tonight, we honor Mr. Campos' service to our country, and we will be presenting him his high school diploma. Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Art Cavazos, will now certify our graduate.
Thank you, Dr. Noyola. Mr. President, trustees, administration, and audience, the Texas Education Code 28.0251 provides for a school district to issue a high school diploma to veterans who were honorably discharged from the armed forces of the United States and whom were scheduled to graduate from high school after 1940 but left to serve in a military war. As the superintendent of schools and by the power vested in me by the Board of Trustees and the state of Texas, it is my distinct honor to present and certify that Roberto Ignacio Campos has met all the requirements as set forth by the Texas Education Agency. This certification allows Mr. Campos to participate in tonight's ceremony and be recognized for his accomplishments. Mr. Campos, please come forward to receive your diploma, and congratulations and thank you for your service to our country.
Yes, it's certainly my high honor to introduce his daughter, who needs no introduction, Ms. Gloria Campos.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. McShane. Thank you. I won't take very much time, but I just want to thank the school board, Dr. Cavazos, Mr. McShan, especially Mr. Hopkins in your research records department, because when we set about to get my father's diploma, which we had heard was possible even though he didn't finish high school, we found out that there were no records of him at Harlingen schools because the school, the Alamo school where he attended, had burned down several years ago. So Mr. Hopkins in your office suggested that I contact the county clerk's office, where in the old days, in the 30s, they conducted student census. And we were able to locate 2 records, one in 1933 when he was 7, and one in 1934. Records of him attending Harlingen schools, his brother and his sister, who have now passed on. So I just wanted to make this one message to the people, especially who are assembled here, our young people, that times have changed greatly for Harlingen and Harlingen schools during these last 80, 85 years that my dad was growing up here. He was born in Harlingen in 1926 in the first hospital in this town. And I have here a certificate of him participating in an athletic contest in a San Benito Harlingen Interscholastic League contest
where he won first place as Ward School Boys Playground Baseball. Dated 1938. I have a school picture, probably, most possibly his last school picture at the Alamo School. But most importantly, I wanted to tell you that he was actually in the newspaper. He was a media star before he even knew it. He was in an article in the New York Journal American in Saturday, February 17, 1945, and an article entitled "No Yank Losses in Bataan Landing" by Howard Handelman. He said, very deep in this original newspaper article, 2 kids in our boat were making their 23rd landing. This is a landing in the South Pacific. Coxswain Leroy Parrott, 21, of Atlanta, Texas, and Seaman First Class Robert Campos, 19, a Mexican boy from Harlingen, Texas. But my point is, my daddy was born in Texas and grew up in Texas and is a Texan and an American. And we don't want anybody to forget that we are here, and he has been a citizen and a good citizen all his life. And it thrills us today to put this little feather in his cap. And we appreciate all you have done. Thank you all so much.
Before y'all move, from the principal of the Harton High School is Winnie Bennett. She has a few words to say.
I love that everybody's wearing red. Good evening. On behalf of Harlingen High School, I want to take an opportunity to congratulate Mr. Campos. It is very exciting and very emotional to see the presentation this evening. We have members of our female ROTC program that are here to present Mr. Campos with a gift. If they will please come forward. A token of our appreciation, Mr. Campos, and some very long overdue Cardinal memorabilia. Congratulations.
Yeah.
so. I want to be superintendent, no way. Ladies and gentlemen, you just witnessed duty, honor, country. That's what this nation is built on, the military, keeping us safe, patriotism, exemplified here today. I just want to say that, Mr. Campos, we're so proud that you are our Harlingen High School CISD graduate. Let's give him another big round of applause. We all stand on the shoulders of others. We have to remember this. And this, again, was depicted tonight. We honor our past. We need to make sure that we understand the value of those American citizens who step forward for us to be safe and to enjoy the democratic principles that we have for ourselves and our families. On a personal note, I want to say to his bride, Miss Gotti Campos, raise your hand. Now, I've known this lady forever and ever, Gotti. And of course, let me just take the liberty, started Gloria Campos. Y'all might remember the Anchor Woman, CBS affiliate, is that correct? And I remember Lance, her husband. Yeah. And that was many years ago. And went on to Dallas, Texas, and was the anchor woman there for many, many years. And I remember traveling back in the day, and I would say, wait a minute, that's Gloria Campos. I knew you were in Dallas, but I used to watch you every time I went to Dallas. We're so proud of the fact that the Campos family has done so much for this community, and your legacy will live on forever. Thank you so very much. At this time, the board will recess briefly so that we can get up our regalia here. Okay? Elementary receives the 2018 Blue Ribbon nomination. Mr. Shane Schubart.
Thank you, Mr. President, board members, Dr. Cavazos, administration, and audience. The Blue Ribbon Schools Award is a U.S. Department of Education program that recognizes schools based on their overall academic excellence and their progress in closing achievement gaps among student subgroups. These schools demonstrate that all students can achieve at high levels and are an inspiration and a model for schools striving for excellence. More than 133,000 public, charter, private, and parochial schools serving grades K through 12 are eligible for the award. This year, one of our very own, Dishman Elementary, is one of only 25 Texas public schools to be nominated for the coveted National Blue Ribbon Schools Award. Excellence is never an accident. It is a result of high intention, sincere effort, intelligent direction, skillful execution, and the vision to see obstacles as opportunities. Under the leadership of Principal Irma Davis, staff and students have committed themselves to excellence and to putting Dishman on the map, breaking as many campus academic records along the way. Together, over the past few years, they have accumulated many accolades, such as being named a Texas Honor Roll School in 2016, earning all 6 possible distinctions in the 2017 accountability ratings, and now being named the 2018 National Blue Ribbon Schools nominee by the Texas Education Agency. What a great celebration for their community And what a great example of what happens when you believe that every student can achieve. As a nominated school, Dishman must now complete a rigorous application process through the U.S. Department of Education. Announcements of the national award winners will be made in September of 2018. Mr. President, Dr. Cavazos, would you please come forward to help us recognize Dishman Elementary? I would first like to call up the principal of Dishman Elementary, Miss Irma Davis. At this time, I'd like to call up the rest of the staff and all of the Board of Trustees to the front for a group photo. The last three ladies, or you can sit.
Okay. Board members, any comments?
Oh, yeah.
Ms.
Oh,
Fleur,
yes.
yeah.
Oh, yes, indeed. Yes. Well, from the elementary person on this school board, I would like to say that across the nation, as Shane reminded us at the reception yesterday, there is one gold star. There are many awards, many commendations, many recognitions, all of which are well-deserved, no doubt, across this mighty land of ours. But there is one gold star award for the outstanding schools across the country, and it is the Blue Ribbon Award. To be nominated for this award by the Texas Education Association is an incredible honor in and of itself. And the degree of working specifically student by student, day by day, measurement by measurement that you must have put into this to accomplish what you have done is just simply extraordinary. It is not ordinary. It's extraordinary. So congratulations, from our hearts to your hearts. We acknowledge and recognize what it took to receive this award, and we say to you that you always will be the very first Gold Star Blue Ribbon nominated campus in this district. So congratulations.
Let me express congratulations to Dishman Elementary. Now, I recall, I can't remember, not too long ago, Dishman campus gave a presentation to the board. When was that, Ms. Davis? September. Mm-hmm. If you will recall, that presentation really connected to our strategic vision. And I remember very well you talking about data, talking about the system that's in place at Dishman, and what you all do to ensure that every student succeeds. And I also remember the T-shirt. Do you all remember that? Y'all gave us a T-shirt. It said, "Make it happen." Is that right? See, the board's listening to all this. We pay attention. It's just not something that just, we're connected. And that meant a lot to this board. And I want to say, Ms. Davis, you started a ripple effect here in this district. And whoever thought that you'd have a ripple coming from the rural school, the little country school, Dishman, right? What are they doing out there? Well, we know what they're doing. They're doing great things. Let's give them a big round of applause. And also, let me say that, Dr. Cavazos gave the board a book called Chess, Not Checkers. And I think y'all are playing chess over there.
That's right.
Because leadership matters. That's the principle. And two, you say that you act as one. That's all the teachers and the staff. And then what you do with your students, you win their heart. And the principal and her team, they execute often. And that is they assess and evaluate where students are. That's chess, folks. So everybody's working together. And when that happens, we get a blue ribbon campus here in HCISD. Congratulations. And now we'll go to recognition of all state musicians, Mr. Ronnie Rios.
Good evening, Mr. President, Dr. Cavazos, Board of Trustees, senior team, ladies and gentlemen. Texas All-State is the highest possible honor a Texas music student can receive. Students are selected through a rigorous process that begins with over 70,000 students from across the state vying for this honor to perform in one of 15 ensembles, bands, orchestras, choirs. This competitive process begins throughout the state with auditions hosted by 33 TMEA regions. Individual musicians perform selected music for a panel of judges who rank each instrument or voice part. From this ranking, a select group of students advances from their region to compete against musicians from other regions in 8 TMEA area competitions. The highest ranking students at the TMEA area competitions are selected as Texas All-State musicians. These All-State students participate in 3 days of rehearsals directed by nationally recognized conductors during the annual TMEA Clinic Convention in San Antonio, Texas. Their performances before thousands of attendees bring this extraordinary event to a close. Harlingen CISD has 11 music students earning all state honors. Mr. President, Dr. Cavazos, if we could bring you up and other members of the board here in just a few moments to get a photograph with these amazing students. I'd like to introduce them individually and their parents and teachers, starting off from Harlingen High School, Jessica Valdez, senior, second chair, soprano 2, mixed choir. I believe her parents are here. Are her parents here, her family? Would you like to stand up and be recognized? They're not here? Oh, okay. From Harlingen High School, Hannah Rosenbaum, junior, sixth chair, alto 2, women's choir. Congratulations. Do we have any of Hannah's family here? Could you stand? Okay, they're her family, okay. Harlingen South High School, we have Sahara Donna. She is a senior, first chair, alto 1, mixed choir. Congratulations. Do we have any family from Sahara here? Would you please stand? There are parents in the back. Congratulations. Also would like real quick to rewind and go back to congratulate the choir directors for Jessica and Hannah from Harlingen High School. Do we have the choir directors here? There's the team of choir directors. Congratulations. We're going to ask you to come up here in just a few moments, Miss Wheelock, to get in the photo. And also the choir director from the directors from Harlingen South. Would you please stand up? Where are you at? Or wave. There they are, right over here. Dr. Morales, we're going to ask you to bring your team up here in just a few moments. Okay, moving on to band students from Harlingen South High School, Xavier Esparza, senior, second chair, Jazz 2 trombone. Congratulations. Do we have family here today? Right here. Congratulations, Mom. From Harlingen South High School, Michael Gonzalez, senior, first chair, bass trombone. Congratulations. Matthew Gonzalez. Family of Matthew, are you here? Any family members? No? Okay. You're a family. Harlingen South High School, we have Kevin Perez, a senior, and second chair, bass clarinet. Congratulations. Parents of Kevin, here we are. Congratulations, parents. Right back there. And I'd like to ask the directors, the band directors from Harlingen South, would you please stand or wave wherever you are so we can recognize you? There they are. Mr. Shinsato, we're going to ask you to bring your staff up here in just a few moments for a photo. Moving on to Harlingen High School. from Harlingen High, we have Jesus Rodriguez. He's a senior, first chair, alto sax. Congratulations. Do we have any family of Jesus here tonight? Could you stand? Okay. And from Harlingen High School, we have Zoe Reina, senior, first chair flute. Congratulations. Parents of Zoe, are you here to stand and be recognized? Okay, now we have 3 more students, and let me make sure we got that correct. Yes, and these 3 students, I saved them for last because these are students, ladies and gentlemen, that have made the All-State Ensemble 2 years in a row. Starting off from Harlingen High School, Aaron Zapata, senior, second chair, Barry Sachs, congratulations. And we have parents. I know we have his dad. We have family from right here. There they are. Congratulations. 2 years in a row from Harlingen High School, Abel Garza, senior, third chair, jazz 2 trombone. Congratulations. Family, Abel Garza, that's mom right there. And I saw dad, there he is in the back. Congratulations, parents. She's also a teacher at Memorial Middle School. And last but not least, TMEA All-State Orchestra, 2 years in a row, Matthew Garcia. And from the health professions, I know the principal's here, and from Harlingen High School. Congratulations, Matthew. He's a junior and he plays viola. And we have family members. Mom, right here, mom, right here. Congratulations. Dad has the flu. Also, real quick, I want to recognize the band directors at Harlingen High School. Would you please stand or wave? There they are in the back. Congratulations, band teachers. Miss Coronado, we're going to ask you to come up with the staff here in just a few moments for a photo. And then we have Matthew's teacher. She's here tonight. That is Virginia Rainey. She is back here. There she is, right here in the back, the orchestra director. So that's 11. That's all 11. So we can get a photo. If we can ask the board members, if you'd please come forward to take a photo. And all their teachers come forward at this time for a quick photo. Thank you. All the students will be traveling to San Antonio tomorrow for the TMEA convention with their performance this Saturday in San Antonio.
A couple of you guys on the other side with Dr. Cavazos over there, please. I know he's intimidating, but if y'all get over there.
Oh, you did this here? I was waiting for you all to sing. I was singing back there. Bring the instruments. For not singing.
Super exciting.
Oh, wow. My goodness. Yes. Say exit, any comments?
Yes, sir. May I say
Ms.
something?
Fourier?
I must say, we are so excited. We wish we could just stop everything for the rest of the evening and just celebrate and celebrate with all of you who are here, and we could sing and we could dance, and it would just be wonderful. I do want to say that these extraordinary musicians come to us because of extraordinary training and time and effort over the years at home with parents, and with teachers, and in our schools. And every year, including just last week, this district for 17 years has celebrated our music instruction program by having a concert. And it's named in honor of a legendary choir director, Mr. Bob Irby, and scholarship money that is raised at the door is for our students who graduate from this district and major in music. And I would like to invite all of you for next year, if you have never been to a Bob Irby concert, it is high time to attend. It is absolutely fabulous. We never know what they're going to do. It's entirely up to whatever floats their boat that night. And we've had opera to comedy, and my goodness, the other night, a piano rendition of I've Been Working on the Railroad Like the Superintendent, and I've never heard before. It's one of the greatest nights in Harlingen all year long. It's my favorite night in Harlingen all year long. So we invite all of you to come and see the teachers who are producing these students, because let's never forget that as much work as the students have done and the parents have done, they have been taught. There is a teacher along the way. And so that night is to celebrate those teachers. So please join us, and anybody who can be in San Antonio on Saturday afternoon, these students we've honored tonight will be performing. Thank you,
Very well.
Mr.
Thank
President.
you so very much, Ms. Fourier. And Mr. Rios, I know you're leaving tomorrow to TMA to San Antonio. And by the way, Mr. Rios is somewhat of a legend. When I travel across the state, I tell people I'm from Harlingen, and they said, "Oh, yes." I said, "Do you know Ronnie Rios?" Yes, Ronnie. Thank you so very much for your leadership. Thank all your teachers for making this happen, and the creativity. Of course, the arts sparks kids. They like fun, and it's fun. They learn, and we're just so proud of what you do to represent this school district. Thank you very much, and congratulations. Now we will go to recognition of PTSA Students of the Month for January and February 2018. Ms. Brianna Vela Garcia.
Yes. Good evening, board members, Dr. Cavazos, administration, and audience. Tonight, I'm excited to recognize our Harlingen City Council, January and February, PTSA Students of the Month. The students you will see on camera tonight proudly represent Harlingen High School South, Early College High School, and Harlingen School of Health Professions. We hope you enjoy the student-produced video created by the students in our Media Arts and Communications Academy.
I play football, basketball, and track, and baseball. I'm in NHS, Student Council, PTSA, Engineering Club, and Theater Club. I am an officer for NHS. I'm the parliamentarian, and I'm a captain for both football and basketball. My dream's to be successful, and I'm passionate about always trying my best and succeeding in anything I do. I don't know exactly where I want to go to school yet. I'm still deciding, but I know I want to be an engineer. My experience in HCISD has been great. The teachers are wonderful. I love being a Cardinal, and everybody's just always willing to help you to succeed and always wants the best for you.
I'm a member of the National Honor Society, Student Council, the Cadet Drill Team, HOSA Club, AP European Club, and the Lower Valley Cotillion Club. And I'm also the vice president of my senior class, second, ranked number 2 of my senior class, first lieutenant of the drill team, and an officer for Student Council. My dream is to become a cardiothoracic surgeon. I'm very passionate about helping others, therefore that's why I want to become a doctor to help save lives in the future. After graduation, I want to attend Baylor University and major in biochemistry. My experience in HCISD has been great. I love the Harlingen High School. The teachers are great, the staff is great, everything's great.
I'm in the Harlingen High School South cheerleading squad. I am a treasurer in there, and I'm in National Honor Society, National Technical Honor Society, and I am a historian in there. I'm in PTSA and Cotillion. My dream is to work in a school district as a speech therapist to work with children with their language disorders. I will be attending Texas State University, and I will be majoring in communication disorder and minoring in sign language. My experience at HCISD has evolved throughout my childhood life, and now it has allowed me to be able to multitask, to be prepared to go to college, to communicate with others and be social all around.
I am the legislative chairman for PTSA. I was also the captain for the varsity volleyball team, and I am also involved in track and field. I'm passionate about the dental field, and I've always been fascinated with becoming a dentist since I was a little girl. I recently signed this past December to play volleyball for Temple College, and where I will also be studying dental hygiene. I'm so very thankful for all the opportunities that HCISD has given us to better ourselves, especially the first year program for the dental, the RDA. It's a great experience to be able to have a dental experience firsthand.
I've been in PTSA since freshman year, and I'm not in any leadership role. I don't have a leadership role, but I am very involved. I fundraise and I go to the events. I'm also in student council and drama club. I've been in student council since 9th grade, and I've been in drama since 11th. Well, I'm passionate about architecture and construction. I want to go to Texas Tech University, and I want to study architecture.
I'm in PTSA, and I've been in this program for 4 years now. I'm also in drama club, student council, the engineering club. I'm vice president of National Honor Society, and I've also been the treasurer for my class for 3 years now. As of right now, I'm not too sure what I want to do. I'm looking at Texas A&M University, and I want to major in civil engineering. My experience in HCISD has been really amazing. The teachers and staffs are really great, and overall it's been a good experience.
I am a part of the National Honor Society. HOSA, and I'm actually a committee chairperson for that club. I am also a part of the Spanish club and the club D2VD with Janine Marie. My dream is to be a cosmetologist like my mom. Growing up, I would always go to my mom's salon after school and I would see how she would work on her clients and how she would build like a relationship with them, and I just always thought it was fun. I want to go to school at the University of Cosmetology, Arts and Sciences and study to become a cosmetologist. My experience with HCISD has been amazing. The teachers are wonderful and they're always here to help us. HCISD has provided me with some amazing opportunities like the practicum class that we take. We get to go out into the community and have some hands-on experience. It's just been amazing.
I'd say the activity I'm most involved in, take the most pride in, is Phoenix Politics and Current Events. This is a political club that we have here at school, to which I'm the founder and president. We engage in a lot of political extracurricular work. Every other week, we meet and talk about politics. We've gone to various field trips, including the Cameron County Courthouse, where we got to see a district judge in session and do a whole bunch of fun stuff to that kind of effect. I'm going to Rice University. I'm going to study in ecological biology. With my degree, I plan to go to medical school, where I aspire for an MD, PhD degree. I think innovation is a very key factor in my decision for a career, so I'd like to pursue medical research because I want to really leave a mark in the field that I'm a part of. I think that the most important thing that we should endeavor in our lives is to make sure that our lives aren't water under the bridge. Everyone's goal is to be happy in their lives, and I think that we should all try and help each other to be more happy and make each other's lives better. So my goal and my dream is to really aspire to be someone who lots and lots of people can say that have made their lives easier to live. And as a doctor and as a physician, I could even help people save lives and save a lot of lives, and I think that's my dream.
My name is Jocelyn Rodriguez. I'm in 12th grade and I go to Harlingen High School. I'm in Junior Catholic Daughters of the Americas and I'm the first vice president. And I'm in Junior Catholic Daughters of the Americas for the state and I'm the first vice president. I'm in National Honor Society and I'm the treasurer. I'm in the Criminal Justice Club and I'm the secretary. My dream is to become a crime scene investigator. I want to go to Sam Houston State University and study criminal justice. My HCISD experience has been fulfilling. I feel that it has helped me accomplish many goals and has helped me create a path to college.
My name is Yasmin Martinez. I am a senior and I attend Harlingen High School. Throughout my years of high school, I've participated in varsity volleyball, track, and cheer. I have been the captain for varsity volleyball and track since my junior year. I am also in PTSA, where I am the vice president and a member of the National Honor Society. I've always been passionate about helping others, and my dream is to one day become a doctor so I could help others for the rest of my life. I have already been admitted to the University of Texas at Austin, where I plan to major in biology and pursue a medical career. My name is Cassandra Juarez. I'm a senior at Harlingen High School South. I'm a varsity cheerleader. I am a NHS, NTHS, PTSA member, and I have been secretary and parliamentarian for PTSA, and I'm a secretary for NTHS. My dream is eventually becoming an orthodontist and having my own dental practice. I want to go to College Station and I want to study biology. My experience in HCISD has been great. I've been in the district since I was in kinder and I loved it. They gave me a lot of opportunities to practice what I want to do in my future, and I'm grateful for that.
Hi, my name is Victoria Garza, and I am a senior here at Harlingen High School South. I participate in the band, and I play trumpet in the varsity wind ensemble. I am also in the Certified Medical Assistant program and also in NHS and THS, and I'm Vice President for HOSA. My dream is going to college and be able to pursue a career in the medical field. I am going to Texas A&M University in Corpus Christi, and I'm going to study in anesthesiology. My experience in HCISD has been delightful with the resources they have provided me to further my education.
My name is Jacob Albert Sanchez. I'm in 12th grade and I go to Early College High School. The activities I'm involved with at school are drama club. I do a little off club, not really official, but it's a board game club, I would say. And I'm the vice president of that. My dream that I see for myself in the future is to lead a successful life, be happy in the end, and graduate college with a PhD. I'm really passionate about helping others and basically building things to help myself in every day. Where I want to go to school, I want to go to UTRGV, which I've already been accepted in, and I want to go to the field of education to become a teacher. My experience in HCISD, it's been a really, really good one. Especially for me, I came from a private school, and so the transition from a private school setting to HCISD was really smooth. The teachers were really helpful. They were always giving me outlets for help, and it's been really great.
My name is Carolyn Jansen. I'm in 12th grade, and I go to Early College High School. I'm in student council, and I'm also in PTSA. I want to go into health, and I'm really that's just my dream, is to do something in health. But I'm passionate about art. I really like art. I'm looking at either UTSA or UT Austin, and I want to study biology. I want to get my bachelor's in biology, and then after that, I want to go to medical school and hopefully go into surgical sciences. My experience at HCISD, it's been really good. I really like the whole school district. I came from out of state, and compared to here, the teachers weren't as involved. And I think that like by being here, and having like the teachers that I do, it's really helped me because like all the people here like in HCISD really care about their students. And I think that's what makes like our learning experience better than other places.
My name is Hope Gano. I'm a senior at Harlingen School of Health Professions. I'm currently in the Phoenix Spanish Club, HOSA, and I am an officer in the Spanish Club. My dream is to go to college, graduate with a bachelor's degree, and become a speech therapist. When I started going to practicum, I learned more about speech, and I went in depth with a lady named Ruth, and she was one of the speech therapists at Harlingen Medical, so she really inspired me, and that's what I really want to do. I want to go to UTRGV, and I already got accepted, and I want to study the communications. HCISD is my home, so it's awesome. I just love the way they interact with the students, and yeah.
My name is Caitlin Grant. I am a senior here at the Harlingen School of Health Professions. Throughout high school, I've been quite active here on our campus. I was vice president for student council our sophomore year, and I was able to successfully pull off Red Ribbon Week and have 5 guest speakers come in and present to the whole campus. I was also vice president for the class of 2018, our sophomore year, and we were able to fundraise and kick off some things for our class. My junior year, I was parliamentarian for our Spanish club here on campus, and so I just kind of ran the meetings and made sure that they were running smoothly, and we were able to take our whole group to Fiesta, Texas in San Antonio, which was a big deal. And currently now I am in National Honor Society here on our campus, and I am competing in HOSA for the 2nd year in a row, and I will be going to area. Although I'm not holding any leadership positions at the moment, I am working a part-time job, so that does take a lot of my time. My dream is to become a neonatologist, which is a doctor for premature or ill babies. So the goal is to get a degree in public health from Texas A&M and then go to med school at Baylor College of Medicine. I'm passionate about medicine because of some personal reasons, but more because I love helping people and I want to be able to serve in as many ways as possible, so serving in healthcare seems like the best route for me. Coming from another school district, my experience with HCISD has been phenomenal. I love the district and I vouch for HCISD. I think it's amazing and the opportunities that are here are tremendous.
So at this time, I'd like to ask our Students of the Month to stand and be recognized. And if there are any parents or grandparents here this evening, could you also stand? Thank you. This video will be available for viewing on our school district's YouTube page tomorrow. We will be calling the Students of the Month by name to receive a certificate from the Harlingen City Council of PTA. We have the Vice President, Tammy Swope, here to help hand out certificates. Yes, I'd like Dr. Cavazos and Mr. McShann to come forward. Our first student, Riley Sauceda, he is at a basketball game, so he could not be here tonight. We have Brandy Cantu from Harlingen High School. Harlingen High School South, we have Anel Kaylee Rodriguez. We have Jocelyn Bali from Harlingen High School South. From Early College High School, we have Lizbeth Herrera. We also have Carlos Andrade. From Harlingen School of Health Professions, we have Jacqueline Reyes. We also have Jamie Ramirez. Jaime Ramirez. Okay, February for Harlingen High School, we have Jocelyn Rodriguez. We also have Yasmin Martinez. From Harlingen High School South, we have Cassandra Juarez. And we have Victoria Garza. From Early College High School, we have Jacob Sanchez. We also have Carolyn Jensen. From Harlingen School of Health Professions, we have Hope Gano. And then Caitlin Grant is at work this evening. For the rest of the board, please come up for a photo. The students.
Well, we're gonna look this way over here.
Okay, let's go. See, now we are on the swimmers.
Swimmers, yeah. Look at all the medals over there. Banging up.
Look at there.
That's
Oh,
Sanders
Bobby.
representing. He's conducted in the swimmers.
Come on, Wendy's. And now we have recognition of state swimming and diving qualifiers. Presenter Ms. Sandra Flynn.
Thank you. Good evening, Mr. President, board members, Dr. Cavazos, senior team, and guests. I am ecstatic about the recognition of our swimmers and divers coaches and parents that have qualified for the 2018 UIL Swimming and Diving Championship. HCISD will be sending 5 outstanding student athletes to Austin on Thursday. Yay. As you probably know, that qualifying for a state championship is no small feat. Each level of competition gets faster, more precise, and very few make it to the next level of the qualifying meet. Only the top 2 swimmers and top 3 divers from each region qualify for the fastest high school swim meet and most competitive high school diving meet in the state, and I would say in the country, right here in Texas. Although it's been many years since we have had state qualifiers, I believe that recognitions like these will not be the exception but the rule for many years. So I'm excited for you to meet our qualifiers. Mr. President and Dr. Cavazos, would you mind stepping forward to help us recognize these athletes? Okay. Harlingen High School South swimming qualifiers are freshman Camille Lizada, even their hair is dry. How nice. Camille qualified in the 100-yard butterfly, and she also set a new school record. Yes. Next is junior Lola Garza in the 100-yard breaststroke. Lola qualified in the 100-yard breaststroke, and she also set a new school record. Freshman Justin Diaz. Now you know why I say it will be the rule and not the exception with these freshmen, right? Justin qualified in the 200-yard individual medley. Justin also set a new school record. I'd like for the parents of these swimmers to also stand. Come on. Our swimmers and divers practice at 6:45 in the morning all year. It's a long season, so parents have to get them there, so they get recognized too. Our Harlingen South swimmers are coached by head coach Hector Castañeda and assistant coach Victoria Salinas, who is not here with us tonight. Now, our diving qualifiers. Harlingen High School, sophomore Amber Warner. In 2009 was the last time Harlingen High School had a diver qualify for the state meet. Wow. She also set a new school record. Amber's mom, grandma, right here. Thank you. And Harlingen High School South sophomore Jason Lucky. Jason is the first diver from Harlingen South to qualify for the state meet, and he also set a new school record. And Jason's parents are here as well, if you guys would stand. This is a great opportunity for our swimmers. We're excited to have swimmers represent HCISD in Austin. And it's going to be a meet that they will never forget. So thank you all.
Any comments, board members?
Do I always get to be first?
You're the first lady.
Thank you. This is just really very, very exciting. I want to say, as the newest member, the proud newest member of the water aerobics class,
Oh, you're doing
I
good.
spend my whole time watching the board because, as you parents and families know, the names of all these great swimming heroes are there in perpetuity. And so I look at Bates, George, all the way back to the Bates family, and they're up McCormick, all the way back to the McCormicks. And I know that I'm soon going to be looking at some new names up there, and they were here tonight. And so this is wonderful. We're changing history in this district. So congratulations. We are so proud of you all. Congratulations.
Mr. President, really quick, Camille, Junior, Justin, Amber, Jason, awesome job to all of you. Oftentimes, even us parents forget how much time and effort you put into this. It's sweat, it's tears, it's anger, it's emotions, and it's awesome that you guys have made some great accomplishments at such young age. And then, of course, hats off to the coaches. We always forget the coaches, but the coaches are there before the students are there. The coaches are there after the students are there. They have even more emotions that we don't see. So thank you so much, coaches, for getting us to this position, taking care of these students, our students, and taking them to state. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Muniz.
Mr. President. Mr. President.
Mr. Hymas.
Thank you. Really quick, as a former sports writer, I wrote a lot of stories, covered a lot of athletic events in this school district in particular, and I was able to see firsthand the talent we have, the parents, the dedication of the parents, and of the coaches, like Dr. Muniz said. But swimming and diving was always one of those sports that didn't really make the newspaper too often. I hope that this, as it was said, I hope that this is going to be not something that's going to happen every once in a while, but this is going to be the norm. And good luck to you guys at state. I've covered many state meets, whether it's swimming, track and field, anything. And it's a whole other competition. It's a whole other level. And not as your coach, I can only tell you to have fun and enjoy it and live in that moment, because state is state. Congratulations.
I want to echo what my fellow board members said, and shout out to you, Ms. Sandra Flynn. We know your pedigree. We said, okay. We're very proud of our students, the coaches, dedicated parents. We have, freshmen, sophomores. I mean, this is going to be great, folks. I mean, my goodness, just starting out. I can imagine what the future is going to be. It's going to be great. Congratulations. We're proud of you. Okay, we'll move now to approval of minutes, January 16th, regular board meeting.
Mr. President, make a motion for approval of January 16, 2018 regular board meeting.
Second the motion.
Motion by Mr. De Leon, second by Dr. Muniz. Is there discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Opposed, the motion carries. February 6, 2018 board training.
Mr. President, I make a motion to approve the minutes of the February 6th, 2018 board training.
Second.
Motion, Mr. Hymas, second by Mr. De Leon. Is there a discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye. Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Principal's report. Mr. Juan Manuel Garcia, Crockett Elementary. Here he is.
Good evening, Board President, Board of Trustees, Dr. Cavazos, and Superintendent staff, and those of you who are still in the audience, and those of you who are watching across KHGN. It is our honor to present to you tonight from Crockett Elementary, and I want to recognize Mr. Hymas, who is a former Crockett student. Thank you for supporting Crockett Elementary. Yes, we can have a round of applause for Mr. Hymas. Thank you. So I begin tonight by telling you about Teen Trendsetters, an intensive national reading program for first and second graders. reading half a year or more behind their grade level. The program is funded by the Barbara Bush Foundation. Students who meet this criteria have an understanding with their parents. They sign a contract to ensure that they have buy-in, and they agree to read to their children twice a week. Mentees are assigned a teen mentor who meets with them weekly. Working together to improve reading, mentees also receive a home library over the course of the school year. As a strict curriculum is provided 3 times a year and adhered to throughout, mentors are selected by their instructional coach and principal based on teacher recommendations, and mentees are selected based on Lexile and grade level. The purpose of this program is to encourage and to promote reading to help all students and to be academically successful now and in the future. Data shows that beginning of year and end of year Lexile reading scores, as well as student attendance, is utilized and logged in weekly to ensure accurate information. In a control study conducted by Dr. Craig Mason with the University of Maine, we found that teen trend-setting mentees showed a 61% more growth than their comparison group. Nearly half the children in the program overall who started with the program at least half a year behind in the reading advanced their reading skills an entire grade level during the few months of this program. The program also provided a tremendous sense of purpose and leadership for our teen mentors as they make important decisions of their future. I personally had an experience with that because my son was a teen trendsetter last year. So it was extremely proud moment for me to have my son come and give back to our students from Crockett Elementary. And I always tell my son that I share my love with his 385 brothers and sisters at Crockett Elementary. This is true because I've always taught my son that education is the most important thing, and that was given to me by my grandparents. Little people understand that when I graduated from high school as a senior in 1985, I was reading at an 8th grade level. And it was challenging, to say the very least, to go into a comprehensive college atmosphere and to be successful. I failed quite a bit. But through a mentorship of tutorials, helped me gain that extra confidence and independence. And that is the same thing that I see when I see our teen trendsetters go to Crockett Elementary and work with our 1st and 2nd graders and give them that symbiotic relationship on where they work together to gain confidence. Our kids at Crockett Elementary gain confidence by reading and becoming more self-assured and self-aware of themselves. Our teen trendsetters gain a knowledge that all children are different, and we have learning different style. I want to present to you now the video on teen trendsetters.
When I talked to Ms. Jennifer Herrera, she explained to me that this is a part of the Barbara Bush Foundation, and this program is supposed to provide mentorship for the students that need help in reading. We select students that are 6 months at least below grade level.
The Trendsetter program is actually a national program funded by the Barbara Bush Foundation, and this is actually Dr. Gunnell's 3rd consecutive year of participating in the program. And what it is anywhere from 15 to 20 teens that mentor elementary students every year. So students that are selected must have good grades, good attendance, must be leaders, and they are actually selected by their house teachers.
I enjoy going there, reading with my mentee. It's a lot of fun just helping him and bringing him up in his reading skills.
My favorite part is definitely walking in and seeing their smile and their eyes brighten up when we say, what are we gonna read?
I love going over there and being with the kids and helping them with not only their reading, but just the things they're going on, or the things that they're going through at home. I love being there for them, and it's a great experience.
It's a wonderful relationship. When the students come in to help our little ones, they really have a wonderful time together. It's beneficial, mutually beneficial for both sides. I think the older students learn to work with the little ones, and the little ones look up to the older ones, so they try to do their very best. And the older students come and help them with reading strategies, and they have a very friendly rapport with them. And our little students look forward to seeing the mentors come every week.
My favorite thing is reading. They help me of words of books. She reads to me, and when I'm done reading, she gives me stickers. At the beginning I was shy, and then I wasn't, then I got along so well. When my mentor doesn't come, I miss her because I like reading books.
The elementary students improve their reading skills because research shows that if they have good reading skills, they're able to excel in not only reading but all subject areas.
What we've noticed, because this is our third year, we've noticed that there is growth. They're supposed to show a year's growth, and we've been noticing that. We take their iStation scores at the beginning, their Lexile scores, and we notice that there is growth at the end of the year.
The purpose is really to help the elementary students, but I find that in the end, our students end up getting more help in that they become better leaders, they grow more, they become more outgoing, even if they're not as outgoing in the beginning. Just being able to help these students, they also bring back some back some
Don't worry, Shane, I brought the real crew with me.
That's right. The real crew.
The real
Yeah, we don't need a video because I'm going to introduce to you some of our teen trendsetters tonight. Samantha Ariano, would you please stand up? David Cortez, Liam Guillon, and Alexa Alvarez. On behalf of our students and our parents and our community at Crockett Elementary, I can't say thank you enough for putting those smiles on our children and helping them to read. So thank you so much. I also like to extend my gratitude to our principal from Dr. Cano Academy, my good friend Vivian Bauer, and to no little acknowledgement as well is Jennifer Herrera, their instructional coach, who works very closely with our instructor coach, Ms. Diana Morales. Or as I like, yes.
Stand up.
In no small part has Ms. Morales played an integral role in having our students become better readers. 42 years in the business would tell you that. And her passion and her laser focus on students to be independent readers is our goal at Crockett Elementary. Our next step is to continue the partnership and the symbiotic relationship that we hold with our teen trendsetters. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of my presentation. Do you have any questions?
Thank you, Mr. Garcia. Thank you so very much. Are any of the parents here for the teen setters?
Parents, stand up.
Parents,
come on.
parents, stand up. Yeah. All right. Oh, wow. Thank you.
I'd like to say something. I think this is absolutely wonderful. You know, we've known for 50 years since the host program that there's really a tremendous growth opportunity when you bring an adult figure in who's caring, loving, and happy, and enjoys reading and works with those children. And I'm just thrilled. I think you all have taken it up a notch by having actual teenagers there. You know, they just must go home at night dreaming of the next time they're going to see you all. I just think it's fabulous. I think it's absolutely wonderful. I do have one question, and I'm sure there is an answer to it. I noticed that you said that in addition to the relationship, which they will hold in their hearts for the rest of their lives. They truly will, these children will, these babies. You mentioned in the video about the actual learning skills that are taught, because of course reading is a skill process.
Right.
And so do you actually work with that as teenagers, or are you more there for the relationship, or do you do both? And if you do both, how do you get those skills? Because there are a lot of education majors in the universities around this country that are not getting those skills. So kudos to Crockett, but so what happens when that?
Ms. Herrera, along with the Cano staff, they pick these students, handpick on their leadership skills, and based on their patience and understanding, that they'll be working with a very learner. So the Barbara Bush Foundation has a curriculum that's pretty strict. So they do partner reading, shared reading, and so they use those methods to assist our students.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Good for you all.
In addition, all of these students actually go through a training module at the very beginning before they actually are working with the students. So they actually go through some training with the Barbara Bush Foundation to give them the skills that they need to be able to implement the curriculum that's brought forward.
So we have 4 possible new employees, Dr. Cavazos, in our school district. And
They'll be working at Crockett.
and whatever you do and wherever you go, you will always be around people who value reading and/or people who have had challenges with reading. It will stay with you the rest of your lives, and you can make a contribution the rest of your lives. I think it's great. Thank you.
Mr. President?
Yes, Mr.
I'd just
De
like
Leon.
to see if any of y'all would like to maybe share a few comments or maybe a story or something that's really impacted you. Because I know what you're doing is very, very important dealing with kids.
Everybody's walking behind you, so here we go.
You're the man.
I really like to see growth in my mentee. He's been doing really well, and you can just tell whenever we come, he's always really happy to see me, and I like to use the different strategies that they give us the curriculum, and I use the different strategies, and he's learning them, and he's told me that he's been using them in class, and it's been helping him read, and he said that his teachers have been noticing that he's been doing better, so it makes me happy to see that he's improving.
That's
Good job.
Very good.
I just love being there for him. I don't know what's going on at home or his home situation, but I just love being able to help him whenever he's at school, help him with his academics, and I hope that he continues to do well.
Awesome.
Very good.
I love seeing the smile on his face when we walk in and just seeing his progress, not only like in reading, but in life, like, you know.
Absolutely.
Just like Sam said, the smiles that these kids have as soon as you walk in the door. At the beginning, my kid was a little shy, you know, didn't want to talk as much, but now as we've been reading together, he's actually grown, and we have our little secret handshake, as he likes to call it. It's just such a build together program, and I just love being a part of it.
Good for you. Very
you.
good.
Mr. President?
Yes, sir. Mr. Thomas.
Yeah, I was gonna make a couple of points. I was actually gonna invite them to come speak also, so Mr. They don't beat me to it. We share one brain since we sit next to each other.
So it takes two pigs.
It's a small brain
So,
sometimes.
okay, all right.
The first one, as I was watching the video, I had a thought come to me, and then Ms. Herrera addressed it, where I would think that you all would get as much, or if not more, from this program than the students that you're reading with. And although they I'm sure they get a lot. Mr. Cortez said something right now that you don't know what they're going through at home or what they're dealing with, but in that moment they really, they're enjoying reading with you all and building that friendship and that relationship. And having come from that community, that neighborhood, I can probably guarantee that a lot of them don't have. Some of them may be the oldest sibling, or some of them may need an older brother to look up to. So I want to congratulate you guys and just thank you guys for stepping up to that role. You might think you're just reading to them, but you without knowing it, you may be providing a lot more to them than just reading a book with them. So I want to thank you for that. Thank the parents for raising great kids and having them step up to be leaders, not just in their school, but in their community now, because they're not just doing this at at Cano, they're doing it at Crockett, and they're reaching out to their entire community. So I hope that this plants a seed for you guys to continue giving back to your community as you get older and go through high school and then post high school. So congratulations. Thank you.
Mr. Garcia, you didn't need a video. You just needed them. You know, you just needed them, and you know, you
I
guys
agree.
both pinpointed something absolutely. They're getting just as much as the kids are getting, and you know, we talk about emotional intelligence, and that's what they're getting. That's what people are looking for in the workplace. We're missing that a lot, oftentimes at the school district level, and it's happening right here in front of our eyes. So thank you very much. Good job, guys.
And before I pass it over to the president, a lot of times we forget that learning should be fun. And I think what their experience is they're learning and having fun while they're doing it. And that's a big plus because of you all. So, you know, like Eladio said, you're planting the seed. And I don't know if you realize the huge impact that each of you all are making on these kids, because you leave, but they remember what you do every day. They look forward to it, and they learn from all the words that you say. So everything you say, they sponge everything. So thank you for what you do. You're doing a fantastic job.
I want to say, Mr. Garcia, thank you. And to the students, to the parents, to the staff. There's something called, a term called paying it forward, okay? Take a look at that. That simply means that you're the benefactor of someone doing something, a good deed for you. That's happened to, I know, the mentors. And what you're doing is giving back. And that at this age, doing that speaks volumes about not only your commitment, but what you're about. This is part of your portfolio. In this global world we live in today, the difference for a student to get scholarships, to get opportunities beyond high school, this is huge. This is big, because we want to know, how well do you work with others? What are your human skills? And that's the most valuable thing we can have, is to value humanity. And that's the good thing. In this world today, we have, as you know, the world is connected by way of the internet. So, this experience you're having is something that is profound. It's something that really matters. And you're so mature in years beyond your age. Sure, have fun. But you know, we all like to have a little bit of fun. But what you're doing is something very, very constructive. So we are proud of you. Continue the great work, Mr. Garcia. And you're just making a huge difference. Proud of you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay.
Would you like to open?
Yeah.
Bob. Would you like to open?
Oh, let's do it.
Yeah.
All right, let's go for it.
Let's get in.
He left at 8. Yeah, he had to go off.
Okay. Public comments? None. Let's move to approval of consent calendar.
Mr. President, make a motion for approval of the consent calendar as presented.
I second the motion.
Motion by Mr. De Leon, second by Ms. Laurier. Is there discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Matters relating to transformation and school support. Transforming Teaching and Learning Committee report, Dr. Noyola.
Thank you, Mr. McShann, Dr. Cavazos, board member, senior team, and audience. On February 6th, we had our Transforming Teaching and Learning Committee meeting where we brought forward 2 topics for discussion. The first presentation, titled District Literacy Plan, was presented by Lori Romero, our Assistant Superintendent for Elementary Education, and Carmen Alvarez, our Coordinator for Early Childhood. As part of their presentation, the team shared their focus on the development of a district leadership or literacy plan, where they brought together a committee of 16 members to formulate a plan to strengthen student literacy at the elementary level. Their work has been in conjunction with Nighthouse Education, who has been working with our early childhood program. So we're excited at what lies ahead with this plan. During their presentation, Carmen shared a simple view of reading. She reviewed some of the staff trainings that have taken place in the past and what we are looking forward to as part of the plan. She shared some of our data results that we have seen thus far through the work with Nighthouse Education, some really transformational work that's happening, and we're seeing the results of that work showing up very quickly through the results that we're seeing through some of our programming. She also outlined the vertical alignment strategy that'll be used as we look at our district literacy plan, and shared some of the next steps moving forward. Over the next few years, we're excited at the work at the results that we'll be seeing. Certainly, having seen the results happening at the early childhood level, we're excited at what 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade will reveal in the future through this literacy plan. The second presentation was introduced by Mrs. Veronica Corton and Mr. Joseph Villarreal. They shared a presentation titled Teachers of the Year Call to Action. So as part of their presentation, they have been working very closely along with Dalia Garcia with our 2017 Teachers of the Year. And so they proposed 2 charges or 2 calls to action to the elementary and the secondary Teachers of the Year. We were fortunate to have 3 members of our secondary Teachers of the Year come forward to share their work. Ms. Lynn Villalobos, Alma Becerra, and Tony Fraga shared that their charge was to study trend data for student attendance and propose incentive structures that would increase student attendance across the district. So through their presentation, they shared some of that work, which included studying the current practices that we have in place, surveying students, and based on the results of those surveys, they formulated a plan of action for 3 big ideas that they will be implementing this coming school year. The second presentation, we had 2 of our elementary Teachers of the Year who shared that their charge was creating a model to embody the teacher for a day concept while expanding HCISD's ambassadors within our community. They shared the plan that they called Ambassadors of Learning, Enhancing the Work with Heroes. B. Cruz and Yvette Luna detailed their plan to work with Heroes for Harlingen and shared their ambassador learning program that will kick off March 1st. Through this ambassador program, we will have community members coming into our elementary schools where they'll get to experience the elementary programming at each individual school. After that, they will be meeting as a group and debriefing and sharing what they are experiencing. We hope that their takeaway is not only the great things that are happening in the individual elementary school where they will be working, but also experiencing what HCISD is truly all about. And so we look forward to this implementation. We're excited at this increased partnership that will be happening with our community. Dr. Perez chairs that committee, but we had a number of members present at Transforming Teaching and Learning. So if anybody else would like to share their thoughts with regard to our Teaching and Learning Committee meeting, you're certainly welcome.
Thank you, Dr. Noyola. It was an excellent committee meeting, and I want to express our appreciation and support for the leadership of Mr. Romero and Mr. Villarreal. Y'all did an excellent job. This the information was so much in depth and really was a learning opportunity for the board as to where we're going with our literacy, as well as what we're doing with Teachers of the Year. They have ideas. They were excellent. So I want to applaud you all for your leadership. Dr. Pettis, talked to him earlier, and he's a gastroenterologist, and he got called out, of course, when something happens acutely, his situation with, he takes care of patients and people, so he's on emergency call. He was hoping he'd be out of surgery and be back, but he probably could not come back, but he certainly expressed on his behalf your appreciation for the great work you're doing with Transformation Learning Committee. So thank you very much. Okay, let's move then to matters relating to curriculum and instruction. Approval of out-of-state trip for Harlingen High School JROTC to attend the U.S. Army JROTC Drill Nationals in Louisville, Kentucky on April 12 through 15, 2018. They have Master Sergeant Juan Gonzalez. Mr. Gonzalez.
To be ashamed of all my scars. Run away, they say. No one will love you as you are. But I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us, for we are glorious. When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, I'm gonna send a blood, gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come. And I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen, I make no apologies. This is me. Through the barricades.
Good evening, Board President, Mr. George McShann, Superintendent Dr. Arturo Cavazos, senior board members, staff, and our small audience. The Harlingen Cardinal JROTC Silver Guard Unarmed Drill Team and our JROTC instructors, Sergeant First Class Efrain Fuentes and myself, are appearing before you tonight to request permission to travel to Louisville, Kentucky on April 12th to the 15th to compete at the United States Army JROTC Drill Nationals 2018 and also for one other prestigious event. On January 6, 2018, our drill team competed at the 5th Brigade JROTC Championships with the best teams that consisted of 8 states, Arkansas, Oklahoma, New Mexico, Colorado, Arizona, Utah, Wyoming, and our beautiful state of Texas, which Harlingen High School being the only school representing South Texas for the past 4 years.
Whoa.
This year, with young novice cadets trying to fill upper-class cadets' boots, we managed to impress the military judges. Our goal this year was to earn a top 12 finish. After the competition, our teams were awarded 3rd place for team inspection and 4th place for team exhibition, earning a trip to the Nationals with an all-expense paid trip by the United States Army. This commitment is evidence of the pride and devotion our cadets have for our principal, Mrs. Jimena Munez, their JROTC unit, and the city of Harlingen. It is evident they have distinguished themselves as the best of the best. Please accept this second request. But for the first time in our school's JROTC history, and I'm sure in South Texas, our JROTC has been invited to a postseason competition, the All Services 2018 National High School Drill Team Championships in Daytona Beach, Florida, from 3 to 7 May 2018, in which all the best teams in the world will be competing. With your support and approval, we hope to attend both events this year and continue this Cardinal success. Thank you so very much.
My goodness. Whoa. Sir.
Yeah, two different.
Mr. President,
Yes, sir.
first of all, talk about inspirational. That was amazing. Y'all did an amazing job. It's my honor and privilege to make a motion for approval of the out-of-state trip to Harlingen High School JROTC to attend the U.S. Army JROTC Drill Nationals in Louisville, Kentucky. We can only do one at a time, so we're going to have to, on April 12th through the 15th, 2018.
Thank you.
Second motion by Mr. De Leon, second by Mr. Hymas. Is there a discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed,
you, sir.
motion carries. All right. Next motion, please.
Mr. President, I make a motion to approve an out-of-state trip for the Harlingen High School JROTC to attend National High School Drill Championships in Daytona Beach, Florida on May 3rd through 6th, 2018.
Second the motion.
Motion by Mr. Hymas, second by Dr. Muniz. Is there a discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the motion carries.
Super nice.
So you're off. Certainly would be remiss if I would not recognize the excellence of the students, the JROTC. You did an excellent, you inspired us. It means so much to this district, to the students, to the teachers, the parents. A lot of pride. Historic day today. We awarded a high school diploma to Mr. Roberto Campos. He's 92 years old, World War II veterans, and I recognize the fact that you were all there and congratulated him. So it means a great deal. We're proud of you. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, sir.
Absolutely.
Mr. Gonzalez, would you like to recognize a couple of people in the back?
I have Captain Vallejo. She's our unarmed color guard commander. She'll be taking care of the color guard, the ones that came up to the front. She'll be doing that exhibition up in Kentucky and Florida. Captain Gaitan, she was part of the unarmed drill team and the color guard. I have Captain Juan Puga, or Command Sergeant Major Juan Puga. He's the one taking the pictures here.
That's right.
Great.
And I have, this is Master Sergeant Neoni Ledesma. She's one of our youngest cadets here, and she'd like to speak in a few seconds. And Major Lali Zavala. She's the commander for our team.
Thank you so very much.
I would just like to say thank you so much for this opportunity. And I am the youngest. I'm a sophomore, and I've only been in ROTC for 2 years, but from my experience this program has changed my life. It has given me pride and confidence that I had never thought I could find in myself. And to be a part of a family, to be a part of a team, it's just been a wonderful experience. And every day I try my best to make that experience last. So thank you so much. Once again, thank you.
Wow.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, Mr. President, could we take a picture?
Absolutely. We need to do this. Let's do this. We look great, I tell you. School district more, see this, man. Wow. Let's see. Where are we? Okay, we have approval of out-of-state trip for the Harlingen High School Cardinal Orchestra to travel to Disney World in Orlando, Florida, June 3rd through 9th, 2018. Mr. Ronnie Rios.
If Ronnie can do the split, I approve.
Be careful what you ask for.
I've done a lot of PT, so.
That's right.
Mr. President, Dr. Cavazos, Board of Trustees, senior team, ladies and gentlemen, I am here to get approval of an out-of-state trip for the Harlingen High School Cardinal Orchestra. They're traveling to Disney World in Orlando, Florida, June 3rd through 9th, 2018. This trip does meet the requirements of the 4-year cycle, as the Harlingen Cardinal Orchestra has never traveled out of state in its history of the activity. So this would be the first. The students are underway with fundraising and have offered equal fundraising to all students in the ensemble. And the trip also includes a performance at the park in Disney World. So it'd be an educational experience as well as a fun trip this summer. And I can entertain any questions aside from the final price, as I don't have that with me today. But it has been approved by the principal, and am requesting permission for approval for the out-of-state trip.
Mr. President, I move for approval of the out-of-state trip for the Harlingen High School Cardinal Orchestra to travel to Disney World in Orlando, Florida, June 3rd through the 9th, 2018.
I second the motion.
We have a motion by Dr. Muniz, second by Ms. Flourier. Is there discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. Congratulations.
Yes. Ronnie, don't I remember being in an audience at Disney World once when you were conducting? You were at somebody was there from Harlingen High School.
You were there. I've been doing it for. We have approval, adoption of 2018-2019 district calendar. Ms. Carton.
Board President, Board of Trustees, Dr. Cavazos.
senior team and audience. I'm here this evening to share with you a little bit of information about our calendar adoption for this year, or for the upcoming year. So we took a different approach with calendar adoption this year. Typically, we work with a pretty large committee, and so this year, based on some of the feedback we received last year, we decided to take a focus group type of approach to calendar adoption. And so we started the calendar adoption process with the senior team. We looked at the landscape of the district to have considerations brought forward about what would be great for instruction based on our calendar. And then we moved to have focus group discussions to hear back from the voice of our campus personnel. As you know, our calendar is voted upon by the campus personnel, so we wanted to take time to hear back from them. Our first focus group was our Student Advisory Board, and wow, they had some great feedback. And I'll share that with you in just a minute when we look at the calendar option that we're proposing for tonight. As well, we also heard back from our Teacher Advisory Committee, our Teachers of the Year, and our campus administration. So once we had a chance to visit with all of the focus groups, we came together as a senior team, looked at all of their considerations, and designed 3 options that met their needs, and then we moved forward to have calendar voting. Really, really happy to report that I believe that this is the highest number of votes we've ever had cast for our calendar, which is really exciting. And I think part of that is because of the focus group activities that we did. We talked to them about the importance of every vote counts. And so as you see up on the screen, we had 1,259 votes cast. That's quite impressive from our campuses. That is an increase, quite an increase from last year. And so in summary, our voting, if you look at our voting, our campus personnel have opted to cast the highest number of votes for option 2. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the highlights with option 2. Up on the screen, you see that we were really happy to be able to use our District of Innovation, which allows us to have an early start. So if you look at the calendar, one of the items I want to point out is that our students and our teachers and our administrators all spoke to the fact that if we could have an earlier start, we would have a pretty even distribution of instructional days between the fall and the spring semester. And so we were able to have an option that did just that. The other thing is that our professional development days are strategically placed in the fall and the spring semesters to make sure that we have continued learning with our faculty and staff. By and far, everybody said, yes, we love the Thanksgiving holiday being a whole week, and so we kept that. As well, a couple of things I want to point out about work days. We have a work day embedded at the end of our days in December, because that gives our teachers an opportunity to close up their grading, their semester grading, before we leave for the break, so that was important. As well, this year, our campus personnel also said that it was great to have the days after the new year to be able to get ready to transition back into school. You'll see that in January, we do come back to a work day, and that allows our teachers to get ready to welcome our little ones on that Tuesday. A couple of other things, as you'll see as you look at the calendar there, we do have a week for spring break, and that is aligned with our RGV Livestock Show and Rodeo, really important time for our students. So we wanted to make sure that we were aligned there. Our Easter holiday now includes Good Friday and Easter Monday, which is another point that some of our teachers talked about, right? Because if our families travel, it's really difficult for them to come back and get here by Monday. And so we were able to fit that in. Our testing calendar for next year also allowed for that, and so that helped tremendously. And then the other thing is that our school year ends prior to the Memorial Day holiday. So we certainly want to thank all of our campus personnel. As I mentioned earlier, this was a great showing of voting from our campus personnel, and so we're really excited about that. And if there aren't any questions, then I will move to the next part of our presentation. Any questions or feedback?
Mr. President, I don't have a question. I just have a comment.
Yes, sir.
And I just wanted to say thank you for what you do, because I know that years past, a lot of individuals really didn't get an opportunity to share their opinion, and we really didn't take as strong of a proactive approach as we're doing now. And so these last 3, 4, or 5 years, or whenever you all started it, it's really showing dividends, and it really makes everybody in the district at least respect whatever is approved, because they know that they had an invoice, they had a voice, they had an input, and I think it has really grown into what you've done in terms of reaching out. Remember, at one time it was, they all had to do it just in a computer. Well, a lot of individuals didn't know how to do it. A lot of individuals didn't have the opportunity to do it in a computer, or maybe it was just a survey that they kind of just randomly went, or at a certain time you just go over there. And so we never really got the feedback that we could have gotten. And now what y'all's doing, you're more proactive. You're not having that silver bullet where it's just one option. There's just an array of ways that they can get their feedback to you all. And it makes us feel better when we do approve one, because we know that it was the voice and it was the direction of the people that you were serving. So thank you for what you do, and it really means a lot to everybody that's out there.
Thank you. So without further ado, I would like to just close in saying that the administration recommends the adoption of the calendar option with the greatest number of votes as proposed this evening.
Mr. President, I move the approval of the adoption of the 2018-2019 district calendar as presented. Option 2.
Second.
Motion by Mrs. Flourier, second by Mr. De Leon. Is there a discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. And I also like to say at this time that the calendar is balanced. Fall semester, spring semester. I
Yes,
would
sir.
imagine that the practitioners, teachers, staff really appreciate that, because we were going at breakneck speed prior to that. And thanks to the District of Innovation, we're a school of District Innovation, we're able to do this, give us flexibility and local control. So I just want to applaud you, Dr. Cavazos, and staff for the good work, and great job.
Thank you.
Veronica,
Y'all
has
have a
the-
wonderful
has the calendar
evening.
been
Yes, sir.
published already, or is it online?
Not just yet. So typically we work with Shane's department, and as soon as it's adopted, then we'll share that, and then we'll certainly share that tomorrow at our HLC with our administrators.
And also, I'd like to state that, thank you, Dr. Pettis, for being here. The teaching transformation report was given earlier, and Dr. Noyola noted your great work in leading this committee, and I also shared with the group as a gastroenterologist, sometimes you're called to duty. And if I need you, don't come to the school board, take care of me. So we know that's what you were doing. So thank you for your commitment, your diligence. Thank you for being here, Dr. Pettis. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Okay, we now have, let's see, where are we? Matters relating to business services, approval of order of election and notice of trustee election. Mr. Julio Cavazos.
Thank you, Mr. McShane, Dr. Cavazos, board members. Agenda item 9A is the approval of election order and notice of trustee election. We have places 4, 5, and 6 that are up for election on May the 5th, 2018. All places are for a 3-year term. Early voting starts on April the 23rd and ends May the 1st, and early voting will be conducted at City Hall. I'll be glad to answer any questions the board might have.
President, make a motion for approval.
Second.
A motion by Mr. De Leon, second by Dr. Muniz. Is there a discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Consider approving interlocal agreement for joint election between the City of Harlingen and the Harlingen Consolidated Independent School District. Mr. Julio Cavazos.
Thank you, Mr. McShane, Dr. Cavazos, board members. Agenda item 9B is approval of joint election with the City of Harlingen. We are required to have a joint election with a municipality within our school boundaries. We have talked to city officials, and they have agreed to conduct a joint election with us. We will share the costs on the common polling places. We have done this before with the City of Harlingen and the City of Palmetto. The City of Harlingen is having an election this year, so we are requesting the board to approve the joint election with the City of Harlingen.
Mr. Go ahead.
Dr.
No,
Pettis.
that's- Go ahead.
Go ahead, Dr. Pettis.
Motion to approve the interlocal agreement for joint election between the City of Harlingen and Harlingen CISD as recommended.
Second.
Motion by Dr. Pettis, second by Mr. Hymas. Is there discussion? All in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Consideration approval of appointment of early voting clerk, Mr. Cavazos.
Thank you, Mr. McShannon, Dr. Cavazos, board members. Agenda item 9C is the appointment of the early voting clerk. The board is required to appoint an early voting clerk. We are recommending Marta Barrientos. She is my secretary to be the early voting clerk. She has been the early voting clerk in past elections. She's very well qualified. Be glad to answer any questions the board might have.
Mr. President,
Florier?
I move approval of appointment of the early voting clerk as presented by Mr. Julio Cavazos.
Second the motion.
A motion by Mrs. Fleury, second by Dr. Muniz. Is there discussion? All in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Consider approving resolution with regard to use of DS-200 precinct scanner as required by the Texas Education Code. Mr. Cavazos.
Thank you, Mr. McShannon, Dr. Cavazos, board members. Agenda item 9D is approving the resolution to use a new scanner, DS-200 precinct scanner for the school district for this election. Anytime there's a change in the voting system, the board is required to approve the new voting system. The DS-200 is a scanner that the county uses when they're conduct their elections, and we will be renting out those scanners from the county, so we're required to bring that to the board. There will be training to staff on using these scanners.
This is the first time that we do this, Julio?
First time that we do using these scanners.
Okay.
What is, just out of curiosity, what would the charge be for, what is something, how much does that cost?
It varies by scanner. So overall for elections, we spend about $25,000 to $30,000. Each scanner runs about $500 to $600 to rent from the county. So yeah, we rent our equipment from the Cameron County Elections Office.
And how long have they had these scanners in particular?
These scanners are new. That's right, for the district and for this election process. And they might have had them maybe a year, but they'll be the first time that we use these scanners ourselves.
Okay. Very well.
Mr. Cavazos, real quick, who conducts the training for?
The Cameron County Elections Office conducts the training on how to use all voting equipment.
Very well. Okay.
I would like to comment that many years ago, many decades ago, I was an election judge, and you're absolutely right about the training. It's critical. However, in this case, the per individual, although using different equipment that Julio is recommending, is a real pro.
Yeah.
She's got decades of experience, and she's a real pro, quick
Yeah.
learner.
And we also will conduct, training for the election judges, prior to the voting. We do that every time we have an elections, and we want to make sure that they're prepared to open the polls and close the polls, at 7. So.
Okay, very well.
Will it even flip the coin in case of a tie, or no?
We hope not.
Everybody look over here.
Why is everybody looking over here?
You're a magnet, sir.
With that said, Mr. President, I make a motion to approve the resolution with regard to the use of the DS-200 precinct scanner as required by the Texas Election Code.
We have a motion, Mr. Hymas.
Second
by
sec-
Mr. De Leon.
Okay.
Is there a discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Okay, consideration and approval to award construction services contract for the 2017 high school track and artificial turf improvements for the Harlingen High School and Harlingen High School South Mini Stadiums Project, number CNST 0118-1. Mr. Tapia. No, I'm sorry, Mr. Cavazos.
Thank you, Mr. McShannon, Dr. Cavazos, board members. We're recommending to table this item. We're still trying to finalize an agreement with the highest rank offerer. We can't finalize an agreement with them. We'll cease negotiation and go to the next rank offerer. We would like an additional 2 to 3 weeks to do this and try to get this agreement resolved. Be glad to answer any questions the board
All
might
right,
have.
Mr. President, I'd like to move approval of the consideration to award the construction services contract for the 2017 high school track and artificial turf improvements for Harlingen High School and Harlingen High School South Mini Stadium Project, number CNST 0118-1, as presented.
Okay, that's a motion to table by Dr. Muniz.
Second.
Second by Mrs. Fleury. This item is not debatable according to Robert's Rules of Order. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Matters relating to human services. Approval of revision to policy update 109 on first reading. Dr. Noyola.
Thank you, Mr. McShann, Dr. Cavazos, board members. We bring for your consideration and possible approval recommendations and revisions regarding Update 109 on first reading. These policies were thoroughly discussed at our Policy Audit Committee meeting earlier this evening. Administration recommends approval on first reading. Dr. Bobby Muniz serves as our committee chairperson and may have additional information to share this evening.
Thank
Dr.
you.
Muniz.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Noyola. Yeah, we went over these pretty well during our meeting. Lots of changes actually, and all benefiting our students and our district, covering nutrition, cyberbullying, student welfare, community relationships, and I think it's worth us moving forward after first reading.
Is that your motion?
Do I hear a motion?
Is that your?
No, I'm not. Yeah.
Move for approval for the revisions of policy update 109 on first reading as presented.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Dr. Pettis. This is approval of revisions for first reading only. And a second by Mr. Hymas.
That's correct.
Is there a discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the motion carries.
Mr. President,
Yes, sir.
and I don't know the order, maybe you can assist me with this, or some of my board colleagues. But on, going back to on 9E, the consideration approval of contract construction services contract, we approved that, but the recommendation from administration was to table that.
No, we
Wasn't
didn't
it?
No, we didn't approve it. We tabled it.
Oh, we approved to table it?
Yes. That's correct.
Oh, I thought we were approving it.
No, we tabled.
Last meeting, you mean? Or-
No, this one right now.
We approved to table it.
We
Oh, we
approved the
approved to
table.
I made a motion to approve. to
Oh,
table.
okay, I'm sorry, I thought we had approved it.
No.
No, just
Oh, I was
table.
panicking.
Yeah.
Table.
Okay, sorry about that.
And that's, yes, that's why I say it wasn't debatable, because the motion was to table.
Oh, okay.
Right, okay. Very
Thank you
well.
for the
Thank-
clarification.
No, thanks for asking the question. It's not, confusion is never a good thing, so we have to, that's good.
Clarity, very good. Matters related to district operations, facilities committee report. Oh, no, what the-
This one right here.
oh,
10B, yeah.
oh, okay, yes, I'm sorry. Approval of the revisions of local policies, EIC local, FC local, FD local, FDA local, FDB local, and FL local, in first reading only. There we go.
Thank you,
Dr.
Mr.
Neal.
McShann, Dr. Cavazos, board members. We bring for your consideration and possible approval recommendations and revisions regarding policies EIC, FC, FD, FDA, FDB, and FL on first reading only, as these policies impact registration and enrollment. These policies were thoroughly discussed at our Policy Audit Committee meeting earlier this evening. Administration recommends approval on first reading only. Again, Dr. Muniz chairs our committee and may have additional information.
Thank you,
Muniz.
Dr. Neola. These were reviewed thoroughly. I'd like to make a motion for approval of revisions to local policies, EIC local, FC local, FD local, FDA local, FDB local, and FL local on first reading only.
Second.
Have a motion by Dr. Muniz, second by Mr. De Leon. Is there discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Very well. Matters related to district operations, facilities committee report. Mr. Tapia.
President McShann, members of the board, Dr. Cavazos. On February 6th, we held a facilities committee meeting. And in the committee meeting, we discussed the TRE projects. The first project was the baseball and softball field upgrades that we're doing at both high schools, and the timelines that we're keeping an eye on there to finish before the official baseball season. AC upgrades at Wilson Long and Milam. We had a report on approval of submittals of the drawings, so equipment should start arriving around spring break time. We had an update on the middle school surveillance cameras for the middle schools. Vernon Gutierrez Vela are complete, and Coakley is the next school that they're working on. We got an update on the Lee Means parking lot addition project, water fountain upgrades at Zavala, Bonham, Treasure Hills, and Milam. And we also discussed the surveillance camera upgrades at Keys, Sac, and Early College that we also have awarded. We're waiting for materials to come in next week, hopefully. And we discussed the update on where we were with the athletic track and artificial turf projects, discussing the bid information that had come in and what we're reviewing at the current time. Also had an update on the Treasure Hills Elementary new classroom wings by Mike Alex of ROF Architects, working with our school principal and Ms. with Romero looking at the current design. And we also presented a few change orders and some project closeout payments that you'll see in the next agenda items here. We also discussed construction funds and other project financial reports. Julio Cavazos gave an update on the construction finances for the bond expenditures and TRE fund expenditures. And we also had Mr. Raul Villaseñor with Hilltop Securities presented some financing options for the upcoming Treasure Hills new classroom wing addition project. Mr. Powers is not here, but I'll turn it over to Mr. George McShann, our Vice Chair, for any further comments.
Say that the Facilities Committee was very thorough, and all areas are covered very well. There's a lot going on, a lot of constructive things happening. I don't have any further comments. Mr. Tapia, excellent report.
Thank you.
Approval of final construction payment to Rio Roofing, Inc. for the 2017 re-roofing project. Mr. Tapia.
Yes, thank you, Mr. McShann, members of the board. As I mentioned in my report, we have two final construction payments that we need to approve. This one is for Rio Roofing in the amount of $32,138.75. This closes out the project, and as per local policy CV, the school board is required to approve the final payment before we can release it. We've gone over any pending punch list items. Architects reviewed it, and everything's in order, so we're recommending release of the final payment.
Mr. President, I make approval of final construction payment to the Real Roofing, Inc. for the 2017 re-roofing project.
Second?
Motion by Mr. De Leon, second by Mr. Hymas. Is there discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. Approval of final construction payment to RL Abatement, Inc. for the Harrison Street property demolition. Mr. Tapia.
Yes, President McShann, members of the board, Dr. Cavazos. This is also final approval for payment. This is to RL Abatement for the Harrison Street property demolition projects that we recently completed. Final payment is in the amount of $10,715.50. The buildings have been knocked down, site cleared, and we recommend final payment be released.
Mr. President, I make a motion for approval.
Second?
A motion by Mr. De Leon, second by Mr. Hymas. Is there discussion? All in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? The motion carries. It's 9:15. Adjournment to close or executive session pursuant to Texas Government Code Sections 551.071, 551.072, 551.074, and 551.082, the Open Meetings Act, for the following purposes: discuss employment of Director of Multi-Language Elementary PK 5, discussion employment of principal for Wilson Elementary. We are now in executive session. Very good. For action on matters discussed in executive session, consider employment of Director of Multilingual
Mr. President.
Elementary, K-5.
Mr. President, may I please make a motion to approve the employment of the Director of Multilanguage Elementary Pre-K through 5 Director as presented in executive session.
Mr. President, I'd like to second the motion.
That was a motion by Dr. Pettis, a second by Dr. Muniz. Is there discussion? Hearing none. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? The motion carries. Oh, you get back just in time. Now we have consider employment of principal at Wilson Elementary.
I'd like to make a motion to accept the approval.
Second?
I have a motion by Dr. Muniz, second by Mr. Hymas. Is there discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? The motion carries. This regular board meeting is adjourned.